¿Qué onda, Reefers? Aquí estamos con Mike y con Geo. Nos va a hablar un poquito de este reactor que utiliza una tecnología un poquito nueva, diferente, y creemos que es de lo más nuevo que hay en el mercado, ¿no? How are you?
Very good, very good.
Perfect. Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Could you tell us a little bit about this reactor? Because what I see here, it's an extra chamber, and it doesn't have a bubble counter. It has a really small pump that is impressive because for the size, the power it handles, and I'm touching it. It's not hot at
No
all.
temperature at all.
No,
is it?
and
Room temperature.
it's quiet.
Yeah.
Very-
Everything is quiet. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Sure. So what makes this reactor unique is that it actually uses a different method of getting the CO2 to lower the pH in the reactor. Normally we would have a bubble counter.
Yeah.
And with a bubble counter, the CO2 comes in and normally goes directly to the pump, and you'll get that cavitation noise. It'll chop up and you'll hear a crushing sound. Correct. And unfortunately, when you do that, you don't use all of the CO2. The CO2, some of it gets absorbed and lowers the pH, but the majority, maybe as much as 50%, stays as a gas and then comes out and then goes into your tank.
Sometimes it clogs. It's part of the reason the hoses might get clogged or stop ascending, and your pH actually drops in your aquarium.
Correct.
A lot of
Correct.
CO2.
Because that gas is going to get into your sump, and then it's just going to stay there. And then over time, it's going to not help, but it's unfortunately going to decrease your overall pH in your aquarium. So we don't want that. So the way to fix that is to make a saturation chamber, a CO2 saturation chamber. So
So
what
this is just for CO2.
correct.
No media, no nothing.
No media. It's designed very specifically with the pump here. It's a very specific amount of gallons per hour. So the pump is pulling water slowly through here. Now, if it were pulling it fast, what would happen is that gas would just go through, right? So you want it what we call dwell time. It has the CO2 that's being injected has to have enough dwell time to be saturated into the water. It wants to be water soluble. If it's fast, the gas is going to stay as a gas and then go straight through. So the solubility is what's most important.
Yeah.
So as it slowly gets soluble, your pH drops to, using a pH controller, we'll get it down to say 6.65, and then it goes into the pump, and then it slowly just keeps recirculating through.
Yeah. Okay.
And with the time, the pump is out because all the time the bubble is passing in the pump.
To cavitate. Right.
The regular reactors.
Correct.
It's actually the pump that breaks the CO2 bubble and kind of disperses it around and helps it to be more soluble. With this one, no. By the time it gets to the pump, it's already
Soluble.
dissolved into the water.
Yeah.
Now, the pump. I'm impressed by the pump because it's small, silent, and it's actually not even warm.
Right.
Not even warm. It's
So this pump is actually, it is a DC pump, but it's set for a very specific amount of gallons per hour. And so this is actually only 3 watts. That's how much energy. 3 watts. Now, if we made it 9 watts, then it would make the impeller turn quicker and move too much gallons per hour. Remember, we want the CO2 to stay here. So we're using a low wattage, low gallons per hour with the pump. And this pump is not even an aquarium industry pump. This pump is made for gas, fuels, made also used in the solar energy to help move the liquid through the solar panels. So it's made for very corrosive environments. So we know that we get very high alkalinity, high DKH in here, which is very corrosive. So we don't want to use a pump that's going to break down the material. So this pump will last easily 5 years, as long as you don't abuse it, you know?
Yeah.
Of course. Nice. Well, I love it. It's also the form factor. I have to say, even though it's aesthetic, I love the colors.
Yeah.
It's something that it's very unique. I love gray. Gray's
There you go. There you
my
go.
favorite color.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, the details. But overall, what has always set Geo apart is the quality. The
And
thickness,
materials.
the thickness of the materials, the quality of the materials. I've had Geo. It was, I think, your first 618.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Actually, I sent you the lid. I think it broke.
Yeah, and I replaced the lid or refixed
Yeah,
it.
but you said that's a. You wrote that's a very long, old. I don't even have the plans for that anymore.
Well, this year is actually the 25th anniversary
Okay.
of Geo, so been around for 25 years.
I think I have 20 years with that
Yeah,
reactor.
and you can still get the same parts for those reactors. I
Yeah.
might have to rebuild them,
You told me.
but you still can get them.
Yeah, I'm gonna rebuild it. You send everything, and the greatest thing about it is, I broke. It was my mistake. I dropped it. The pipe. I just went to Home Depot,
Yep.
got the pipes, and got it going. Nothing can compare to
Yeah,
that.
and that's because another thing is people don't understand is that almost all of my equipment has what's called a uniseal. Now, people may not understand. They think, oh, it should have a union glued to that area. Well, there's an important part you got to think about. If you glue something here and you break this thing, you can't replace it.
Yeah.
You break any of these pipes and it's glued to this, you're done. Even if you have a union here and you hit that union and you crack the tube, you're done. This is like a natural, gives it a little give here. So if you accidentally bump it or something, you're not going to break the entire unit. And then the other thing is if sometimes they make upgrades, right? If I have a union here and I don't want to make you buy a completely new reactor, but we may change the pump or may add a super silent extreme to an existing classic model, and you just want to package that to your existing, you can, right?
Yeah.
You don't have everything glued to it. So that's
Exactly.
another thing.
After actually seeing the design back in the day when I got it, I built my entire water change system just with uniseals.
Yeah.
It makes sense. They've been running for about 10 years. They're still good.
Yeah, and they're very inexpensive. You can replace them for like $5.
Yeah, yeah. So it's amazing. Overall, we can be here a lot of time talking about everything because overall it's all in the details, but all the details add up to a great reactor. Be a calcium reactor, ozone reactor, calc reactor, cryptid reactor, and all the other ones you have. So, oh yeah, the sums are something else. Also, they're just to look at them. I don't even want to put rocks or algae in it. I just like it like this. I would just have it like this.
It's a piece of artwork.
It's gonna get dirty, and I don't want it to get dirty. So yeah, they're amazing. So los que quieran, ya saben, estamos trabajando en algo conjunto, entonces estén listos. Gracias a Emilio que contribuyó aquí a esto.
Ya, Emilio que hizo su primera compra con su descuento.
Así es. So, thanks for everything.
You're
Anything
welcome.
you want to add?
You can find me on geosreef.com.
Así es. Perfecto.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.